Okay.
What is it like working with Jake and Michaela, and then Dustin and Amanda, right? Because you really have, I know you have, and it's very complicated. It's actually very complicated to me sometimes. You know, with all these bosses, like interviewing you, like I'm like, well, do we have one person? Do we have 4 people? Do we have 2? Like 3? Like, what does that look like?
I look at it as
right?
2. I think each couple is like.
I know, so that, but everybody
Each
still
couple
has
is a
their niche.
personality.
Like all 4 of us, we're all totally different, and we all have our niche. So with that, when it comes to me and Michaela and Dustin and Amanda, what does that, relationship look like from your guys' perspective, from your guys' glasses? Hello there, friends and family. Anyone who's listening, episode 17 on yellow colored glasses today. Woo! Luckily, we have the 2 most important people of the Warren Mounce Agency.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
Hold on.
Okay.
This is not a time for anybody to shut this video off. This is going to come to you live. We're going to be interviewing our top-notch producers in the state of Missouri right here, right now, in yellow colored glasses. But first, we are going to give a client shout out, okay? Travis T left us a beautiful, beautiful review. He says, every professional in this office will verbally hold your hand and walk you through any policy like a walk in the park. Value sells, not just the price, you get both with this agency. Nothing but top quality experience for myself, my family, my friends. I refer Warren Mounce Agency A++++. Wow. Thank you, Travis. That is a review.
That is a lot of pluses.
That's a lot. But that's how good we are here.
Yeah. A plus for each one of us.
And I think we should triple that.
I think we should too.
What do we got? 6 people in here? So 6 times 3 is what? 18.
Yeah.
18 pluses.
He's good at math too,
Okay,
guys.
all right, let's get to it. Yellow Color Glasses, episode 17. Today, like I said, we have some of the biggest, best top producers in the area, sitting right in front of me. They are trained to just
crush it.
To sell.
Let me introduce you guys. So, directly in front of me to the right, I have Caleb Shepard. Okay.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
Hello, Caleb. How are you today, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, man.
It's a Friday. It's beautiful outside, and I am happy to be here.
It's not just Friday. It's Red Friday, guys. I don't know if you noticed. We are wearing
Wrong
red.
one.
Caleb and I are the only ones who remembered, by the way.
Well, blue is good. There's a little blue. Red and blue go together.
But not for the Chiefs.
Anyway, so thank you, Caleb, for being on Yellow Color Glasses, episode 17 today. To the left of me, in front of me, we have Jannie Williamson.
Yes.
The one and only Jannie.
The one and only Jannie.
Both
and
bred it
thank you
out.
for saying my name the right way.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I was
Good
nervous
job.
about that coming into this.
I can
Good
tell.
job. Yeah, it is not Jannie. Can we just take a moment and clear this up?
Let's clear it up, because this is a very big debate in the world.
Yes. So my name is Jannie. It's spelled like Annie with the J. But a lot of people like to call me Janie, which is not right. And it does sometimes make me
Piss you off.
a little bit ragey.
Yeah.
So if we could just clear this up once and for all. I'm not Jenny. I'm not Jamie. I'm not Janine. I am Jannie.
Jannie with the J.
Annie with the J.
Annie with the J.
Yes.
I like Jannie with the J.
Yeah, that's good. We can
There's
go with
really
that.
no other way to go about it then.
Really no other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you.
So thank you guys. I mean, for real. I know this is a little dramatic introduction, but I think it is well deserved. So today, what we're going to talk about, I'm going to be interviewing Caleb and Jannie on how they like working at Warren Mounce Agency.
Oh, man.
And maybe we'll just kind of go with the conversation, and if it goes elsewhere, it might go elsewhere. Whoa. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
And I think we should point out that we have no idea what Jake is going to ask us.
I have a list of questions.
At all.
List of questions.
Completely
Massive list. He's actually got 2 pages.
Most of the time, I perform the best when I don't have a plan.
Yeah.
That's actually terrible. I'm not that way. But anyways. Okay, so let's start off. So let's actually do just a quick introduction. Caleb.
Of Jannie.
No, of you.
No.
We'll go Caleb first. You're the youngest, okay?
Okay.
Not by much, but a little bit. So there's all actually different decades sitting at this table.
Thanks for pointing that out.
No one will know.
10 years, 3
Doesn't
ways.
know. Don't let the audience know.
One of us is twice as old as the other person.
And one of us is in the middle.
Yes.
And one of us is last.
All right. So, Caleb, tell the audience here just a little bit about yourself. What you like to do, how you like working here, and
Well, I've lived in Pleasant Hill my whole life. I'm currently dropped out of college to work here. So if you want to ask for my experience, Jake convinced me to drop out of college.
okay,
Just joking.
we're gonna clarify that. Keep going on.
I love working here personally.
Okay.
The environment's very friendly. You don't work behind a wall. You're working around people that you care about, and that we can all communicate very well with each other, and we
Okay.
just have that family dynamic.
Okay.
If I was to describe it.
Okay. What do you like doing outside of work?
Outside of work, I like going to the gym,
Okay.
eating food, sleeping. Now that I'm
It sounds like
getting
you
there.
like being a human being because that's what most 99.9%.
Yeah, exactly. I'm living to thrive, man.
You're what?
I'm living to thrive.
Living to thrive.
It's
All
good.
right.
Good catchphrase.
Living to thrive. I like that.
I don't know. I mean, I play chess sometimes.
Okay.
I know how to play a little bit of the guitar.
Fantasy
piano.
football, right?
Fantasy football. That's
Yes.
big for me this year. I'm not usually into football, but I'm beating Jake.
We'll go into that later on.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that one
Jake
down.
is making notes. Oh my.
Yeah, because I have a really good memory. Okay.
Because he doesn't like how I'm winning. He thinks it's kind
Okay.
of.
So you like fantasy football? You have been into what? Guitar, piano, chess, all that for a long time.
Golf.
Golf.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's awesome, man. You and I both know I did not convince you to drop out of school. I did not.
No, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so.
Do I have to say that on air?
Yeah, say it on
Okay.
air. So no, that's great. Honestly, Caleb, we're happy to have you here, buddy. We have a lot of fun with you. So thank you, Caleb, for that. Jannie,
Yes.
tell the audience a little bit about yourself today.
Okay. Well, I have lived here in Pleasant Hill for, I don't know, like almost 20 years. And I'm from West Virginia originally.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, I'm from
I
West
think I
Virginia.
did know that.
Yeah.
But go on.
But
Okay.
it's kind of, forgot.
Yeah,
Just a good reminder.
sometimes.
And I have 3 kids. My oldest is senior here. My son is sophomore. My youngest daughter is a 7th grader. And so I spend a lot of my time actually just going to their things. My oldest
that.
kids are involved in show choir here, which is a big deal.
Yep.
And then my son plays basketball. My youngest daughter runs, and oldest daughter is into theater and plays and stuff. So really most of my time is spent attending all of their things. But when I'm not doing that, I'm a little bit of a homebody
Okay.
because I'm out and about doing things all the time. So I like to hang out with my dog Phoebe.
Okay.
Phoebe and I watch true crime documentaries together.
Right. So
And
I love it.
I read books. When the weather's nice, we'll go on walks and go running and stuff, and
Okay.
hang out with my boyfriend and
Okay.
things like that. But yeah, it's just pretty normal stuff.
So, let's say you guys both had a month where you had nothing to do. There was nobody to hang out with. There was nothing to do. No work.
God, that's
Whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah.
A whole month. What would that month look like for you? I'm going to ask you the same question, Caleb, so you better get to
Oh.
listening here.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say, oh, I'd probably eat, and I'd probably wake up, and I'd probably sleep, and then I'd probably wake up, because that's all what a normal human being and any kind of normal,
Right.
actually, just a living animal, living organism would do.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question before I answer.
Let's do it.
All right, so I have a month where I don't have my normal responsibilities.
Okay.
Do I also have my normal resources, like financial resource, or is
You
this
have-
like a
No, you have your normal resources,
Okay.
your normal situation.
Okay.
Put yourself in your situation. You got no kids, no job, nothing. You wake up in the morning and let's say you have the same amount of X amount of money coming in on a monthly basis, no matter if you're working or not.
Okay.
But you got nothing to attend to other than to do what you want to do.
Do what I want to do. Okay, so I like this question.
Okay.
I would go, because, sometimes it's hard to travel because it's hard to take that chunk of time off where, like, oh man, I'm going to be in an airport for 2 days. It's not worth taking. I would go someplace far away that I normally wouldn't feel like I could go to.
Where would that be?
I'd love to go to Ireland.
Okay.
I think that would be a really cool place to visit. I would love to go to Italy. I've been to Rome before, but I've never been to like the countryside area. I've been in more like metropolis type areas.
Okay.
So I'd love to visit like Tuscany and those
So you would
areas.
travel. What would you
travel.
do? I mean, would you just be sightseeing? Would there be something you would particularly be doing?
I would definitely be sightseeing and exploring. I'd like to go with a little bit of an agenda, but have some wiggle room in there. If while I'm there I discovered something that's really cool I didn't know about ahead of time, I'd be trying all the local food. In Italy, definitely the wine. I'm a red wine drinker.
There we go.
So,
Red wine.
I guess in Ireland, I like Guinness, so I would be trying all the local.
So you'd be getting drunk.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, responsibly.
Responsibly.
Yeah.
Responsibly.
But
Responsibly
it
intoxicated.
might happen. Yes. I like that
That's a
phrasing.
way more professional.
Correct. Responsibly intoxicated and doing it in a local, culturally respective way.
We've probably all been in a spot where we were never, responsibly intoxicated.
That's fair. That's a fair
Never.
statement.
Never, yeah. Actually,
Caleb
maybe
doesn't
just
know
me
what
or
we're talking
you.
about.
So, anyways, okay, that's good. I love that. That. Caleb, what would be your answer with this situation? I'm actually very intrigued with yours because you always give these basic answers.
Huh. Yeah. I don't know. So I would and I have my
I know.
same amount of income.
Yeah.
I know what you do.
Or if you, go on. Let's
Well,
look at Jannie.
well,
Jannie,
Jannie, what do you think I
better than
do?
you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to
No,
cut
I
it.
love it. This is good.
He just mentioned the other day he wants to go to Japan.
He did.
That's not like something I take a whole month off for. Honestly, the whole month I would take off would be starting my other crap I'm trying to start. Learn how to make more money. I'm
So
doing a
you're
whole
not-
venture.
No, this is not about work, and this is not about responsibilities.
Yeah. This is nothing about work, nothing financially related. No matter what you do in that month off, if you're trying to get another business rolling, it's going to put you in the same spot that you started at the beginning of the month. So it's a waste of your time.
Okay, so don't even focus on stuff like that. I would definitely travel.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's the most easiest answer you could say if you had that much time off. Japan. I've always wanted to go to Germany.
Yeah.
Germany's a big spot for me.
I knew it.
Czechoslovakia would be another one.
Oh, that's it.
Turkey.
Okay.
But even though Turkey's
It's a very basic answers for both of you.
Oh.
Okay,
basic.
what would you do?
What were you looking for?
I was just looking for something a little bit more exotic.
A little. What if he?
Like
What
go
if
to the
he
moon?
Like
started
something
his own
specific.
tattoo business?
It's still, that would be, because you got to have fun with that.
But you said I don't make any extra income from it. So
You
why
know,
would I do
but if
that?
you want to start tattooing people, that's,
I mean, because you've already started tattooing yourself.
oh, that's such a mistake that you did that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, cool. No, I love that. I would travel. I mean, travel. I would probably I was looking for something a little bit more specific. Maybe like,
I'd party.
Okay, so
you can ask a question.
no.
Oh.
Oh, you're looking for something more specific, like what?
Like, if there's just anything, like, so for an example, like myself, what I would probably do in a whole month if I had nothing, responsibilities, no life, nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably go to Donnell's and buy myself a motorcycle, and I would just race it around everywhere I could go. That would be one
Then
thing.
return
I would
it?
do. And then I would return it at the end of the month. I would probably go and test drive a bunch of cars.
Okay.
I would travel, but I would probably do what I just talked about, and I would do those in different areas.
Okay.
So I would maybe go to
Like Reno, Nevada, and then rent like a sports car.
Yeah, or go out to Vegas or maybe not even Vegas, maybe go out like Utah or something and buy myself a motorcycle, rent a motorcycle, and just cruise the mountains.
Okay.
Okay, I can actually picture that for you.
I go skydiving.
Skydiving? Yeah,
Skydiving.
something wild. So anyways, okay. So cool. That's good. Good answers. All right.
Awesome.
So let's actually get back to the interview with Warren Mounce Agency.
Okay.
So, how do you guys like working here? Be
I love
honest. This is 100% honesty. This isn't even anything to do with Warren Mounce Agency right now. You are in yellow colored glasses.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, tell us how you got here. Tell us your background with
My journey.
with your complete journey with getting here to Warren Mounce Agency, where you realistically sit in this conference room every single day. Okay,
Yes.
how did that come about?
I worked insurance for a while, about 5 years. Basically since I was 15 till I graduated high school,
Okay.
and then a little bit before I started college.
Okay.
I kind of just focused on college for a little while, and then I came to Jake. I was in college trying to get my degree, and I basically said, "Man, I know you're starting up the agency. Would you let me come work with you?" He said no. He straight up said no to me because I had really bad habits at my last time he worked with me, because he worked at State Farm with me, and I literally slept at my desk, sitting up, hand on the keyboard, fell asleep, and he did. Just in the past, he just kind of took that mentality that I would not be good to work with. March comes around, February comes around, and then I'm like, man, come on, let me work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said, well, buddy, we got actually an opportunity here for you. And I said, okay, I'll ride the Warren Mounce wave.
Okay.
And so I hopped on board, and I've loved it ever since. So
That's awesome. That was a fun. I do remember that conversation. I had flat out told Caleb, I said, no, you will never work at Warren Mounce Agency. I said never.
Never say never.
I said it.
Here he is.
So,
he knows I'm too good.
yeah. No, Caleb is a huge asset to this office, no matter what I say.
I'm
So,
just joking.
okay, so that's good. So you like it here, right?
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jannie,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you that same question, and then I'm
Okay.
going to go back to Caleb.
All
and we'll go back and forth here.
Okay.
So, Jannie, how did this come about for you?
Well, I'd also been in insurance
Okay.
and working at a brokerage, which is what we are too. So familiar with what you guys do here, but just in a different town, and wasn't super convenient because the rest of my life is here.
For sure.
Just absolutely never, ever, ever dreamed I would get to live and work in the same community, because when you live in Pleasant Hill, it's not very typical that you get to work here too. So it just was kind of a random thing. I got a message from Dustin when he found out that I was licensed in insurance, because I think it was right around the same time you guys were discussing potentially hiring somebody.
Which, do you remember when that was?
I think it was February or March of last year,
Okay.
but he was like, we're not ready yet, but if you are interested when the time comes, would you be interested in
Yep.
listening to what we have to offer? And I was like, sure. And then just never heard anything for a little while, and then I think it was May rolled around, and he reached out again. He's like, I think we're ready to hire somebody. Are you still interested? I'm like, heck yeah, just let me know. And
Yeah.
have my interview here. And I remember that day so vividly. We were sitting in this conference room, and it was 4 owners. Caleb wasn't here. I had not met Caleb yet. Had not had the pleasure of meeting Caleb.
It's always a pleasure meeting me. So
But yeah, it's so funny. And one of the things I got the job. Spoiler alert, I got the job. Got hired.
Barely.
But just barely by the skin of my teeth. That was a close one.
Man, there was a couple red flags that we had to put under the table.
whoa.
And, man,
It's on my trial period.
both of these people got red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Especially
not
me.
all,
Thankfully,
there's-
they don't have any better options at the
yeah.
moment, so they're stuck with
Pleasant Hill's
us.
a pretty small community.
I
I'm
def-
joking.
It's like one of
Go
the things
on.
I like about it is I remember sitting here, and I knew Dustin, not super well though. It was mostly on an acquaintance level, and I had never met you or Michaela. I'd never met Amanda in person. I think we might have been Facebook friends. And it's so funny how in a matter of months, here it's December, so that's what, like
Been here 5 months.
yeah. So it's been 7 months from my interview, 5 months since I started. And in such a short amount of time, I feel like I've been here forever. I feel like I've known you guys for so much longer. It feels like when I come into work, you are my second family, and I'm not saying that to be cheesy or anything, but we do, like, I see you guys many times for more hours of the day than I see my kids.
Correct.
And so that's one of the things that's nice is, like, if you have to spend that much time with people, it's nice when you can come in, you can feel comfortable, you can joke around. If you're having a bad day, there's understanding for that. So I think that's the thing that has just been the best part of work. I mean, there's been so many good things. I love working 3 minutes from my house. And I had to go pick up my kid from school today. Got a call from the nurse. He was sick. I got to go get him, drop him off at home, and come back to work. And I did that in 30 minutes or around there. And that
was actually 23 minutes.
23 exactly.
I'm joking.
I was on the clock. No, there's so many of those practical benefits, but like Caleb really does. We joke around like we're brother and sister a lot of times, and that's just not something you're gonna have everywhere. So
that's good. That makes me feel good because I do think we do try to have a really healthy environment sometimes, no matter if it is a little poke and fun here and there, but
a little bit.
But I do think you guys get along. I mean,
we do.
I think I've actually was talking to Michaela or somebody, and I'm very happy with how you guys kind of get along and you guys can talk. And honestly, I hope you guys kind of talk behind our backs and like get to know each other, like other than just in front of all of us.
Yeah.
Right. Because
we do. Like when you guys come back here.
I know. Like in here, because there's sometimes when we're doing the podcast or if we're in whatever, you guys are
it's
out
just
there.
the two of us out there.
Because we're always here. I mean, maybe not everybody knows, but we have a very open office space, and I think there's pros and cons to that.
Yeah.
I won't go into those right now. But ideally, right, it makes it a little bit harder, I guess, on your guys' end to really get to have those type of conversations without the bosses, whatever, which I hate that word. Being in present there. So anyways, so that's good. No, that's great. I love that. So Caleb,
back to
question
you.
for you, Bob.
Oh no.
So what is it that you like the most about working here?
It's me, isn't it?
Like, what is it? Because and so the audience knows, like, you are a very, very intelligent person. I'm not saying that you are not, Jannie, because I know you actually are too. I've caught on to that very quickly with a bunch of different stuff, and I kind of have to check myself before I ask a stupid question. So anyways, Caleb, what is it that, because you play, when you play chess, you're always doing the hardest things, chemical engineering college, like, you're always picking out literally very, very difficult tasks to do, okay? And you've always done that, no matter if you've caught on to that or not. Why here? Because I actually, that is a legit question I have. Because of course, I know you did very well, right? In the summertime, we were rocking and rolling, we were hammering the phones. You made probably more money in the summertime than you did in your lifetime. So that's all great and dandy, but I don't think money is what motivates you technically. So what is it that you like that just gets you going every day to come into work?
Purpose.
Okay.
I feel like
elaborate on that. What does that mean?
Like I feel like I have a purpose here. Like I feel, even though I do sit in the back and I do work at my own kind of pace, and like I sit back here and I'm to myself, and like that's for good and bad reasons, obviously. 'Cause I like to talk. I'm a talker, so like I feel like I can become something bigger and more knowledgeable than I will ever gain just doing the same task monotonously for a degree that, gets me a job that's secure and obviously is well paying, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm not any more than just a connecting link to society. I'm not breaking that chain. I'm not doing my own thing. I'm not really making a name for myself.
Okay.
Because I'm just following the same path.
You're just following in line.
I don't want to say it's a path because it's still secure and it's still 100% a great way to go.
It's just not the way that
it's just to me, just to me and my own person, like I want to be looked up to. I want people to come to me and ask me questions or like they need advice or things like that. Like I've always been that kind of person. I'm a talker. I'm a people pleaser. So like I like helping people out. I think even my friends would agree with that.
Okay.
So just feeling like I can do something bigger than just following in line is just kind of what drives me.
No, I like that because, I mean, when I hear you on the phone in here, like, you know, me and you, we can debate sometimes, right? And that could be a behind the scenes type video. Like sometimes I will just try to debate with Caleb. Just
to
a
pass
lot of
the
times
time.
I know I'm right? And he
Yeah.
just says something that maybe is completely irrelevant. He's just literally talking and not even trying to debate, but I will know that I'm right in this scenario and I'll try to pick a debate. I'm very, very particular with the debate that I pick with Caleb because I know I will always win them.
There's usually
those,
one per day.
One per day at least.
Yeah.
So, but I know how you can be. And I know whenever you have this little tone in your voice that you really are like committed to winning or committed to whatever that is. So whenever I am, because my desk sits right behind this conference room. So I hear you in here sometimes talking to people and you are just, I can tell you got a lot of emotions into it.
Yeah.
So where does that come from? You know, because is it to try to, like you said, gain that respect? Like, because I feel like you're 20 years old. Oh, we're not supposed to tell the audience. We just broke
It's
it
like
again.
the third time
It's
we said
fine.
it.
Yeah, you're almost 21, so whatever. You have a lot of drive, you know, to do that, and you just don't see that a lot. So where do you get that from, you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think I just like on a comparative level. Like I don't know. I just like what I'm doing in insurance. I think it's just the fact
Just like
that
what you're doing there.
at the end of the day, and I just like making people more knowledgeable because you know they're no different than me. Everyone's human. Like they're just trying to, you know, get through life, and I feel like being that person to help them out. And I think with my age, it's kind of scary too. Like some of these guys I talk to, they just they really don't know I'm 20 years old.
Correct.
So
And that's where I was going to go in, is because you are that young. And I remember I didn't personally have that exact feature when I was 21. Okay? Like I did think, oh wow, this person's only going to listen to me so much because I am this age.
Yeah.
There's not one person on the phone that I have heard you have a conversation with that would know that you're 21.
Yeah.
which is great because
I know, but that is a huge deal. And I don't even know if you've recognized that. It took me until about 27, 28 before I actually had anytime I would say something, I feel like people would listen. Not necessarily they would all listen, but I could start create my own opinion and things like that.
Yeah.
Versus just hearing something and then blurting out what so-and-so said.
And I think it's also nice, like, having people that are, like, dependent on me. It's like our customers, like, some people reach out to me. It just makes me feel, like, that just goes along with purpose. Like, I feel like I'm helping,
Yeah.
you know, our customers out as much as I can.
You definitely like to let me know whenever someone gives you a compliment, too.
Oh,
don't
I
you?
love it. I love compliments from people.
Caleb was fishing. We were on the phone with a client one time, and he goes, this is one of the guys that gave me a compliment. So I just kind of fed the guy into it. I said, so, you know, Caleb does a really good job, and this guy, bam, fell right in the trap. Yeah, I got to tell you this, Jake. Caleb is a great agent. I can call him and block, and Caleb's over there just, I told you so. So, no, that's awesome, man. That's a great feeling. I love that, man. Like I said, you've done a lot here. You've proved. I'm not saying you proved me wrong because I always knew you had it in you. But that's not something you always had growing up. So kudos, bro.
Thanks, man.
And I should add on to that, Caleb is the office problem solver. When there's some, especially technical stuff, whenever there's something that the rest of us have been trying to figure out for hours or days, Caleb will, and because he's back here in the conference room making his calls a lot of times away from the rest of us out there, and he'll come out to come take a break or say hi to us, and he'll be like, what are you guys talking about? Why don't you just try this? And it works every time. And so we've learned to just start asking Caleb.
Yeah, save us some time.
Save
Let's
us
call
some
Caleb
time.
in here.
Yep.
So
Sounds
Jannie,
like my dad, so.
yeah, no, I love that, and that's awesome. That's why I think we all have our niches here, because I think I mean, you did the same thing the other day with two different things. And I don't want to say it out loud.
Wait, what was it?
No, we won't say it out loud.
Oh, come on.
We'll say it. I did not know the Control F thing on the computer where you could
search for keywords?
Search a keyword. A lot of time I'm looking at documents, I'm like searching. I'm like, God, I gotta read 15 pages. When I could have just literally searched.
It was so funny because I mentioned it. He was doing something else and he was in the middle of showing me something on the computer, and I said, well, you could just Control F that, and he was like, yeah, and then he was like, wait, what? It's like it took a second for him to register.
I was about to tell Jannie that no, you don't have to hit Control F to do this. And then I'm like, wait a second, I don't think that's what she meant.
Wait.
So go back.
And then you could see like actual light bulbs going on.
Damn. Because I told her, I was showing her this document. I'm like, yeah, there's like 42 pages. So, you just got to go through it. You just hit Control F. I'm like, no, you don't have to hit Control F to get to this document. You just actually go here, click this, and it'll go. And anyways,
it's
it was
one of my
awesome.
favorite moments I think I've
used
had with you here.
it about 5 times in 24 hours.
It's pretty helpful. I use it on a daily basis,
It is very helpful. And again, if anybody doesn't know about the Control F on your computer, utilize that shit. It will save you money and time.
Yeah,
Okay.
take it from Jake.
So anyway, Jannie.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you that same question I asked Caleb.
Okay. So what is it about insurance, or what it is about this job that I like?
Yeah, what is it that you like about working here at Warren Mounce Agency?
I've already partly said it. Like, part of it is just the people I work with. That's about 50% of it, honestly. When you get to work with people that you enjoy hanging out with, especially when you don't have a door you can close. We have a very, very open office. Yeah. So if you didn't like the people you worked with, that would be a big problem. So I really enjoy just coming here, but I like my job because it's challenging. It is, every day is different. It's not something that I come in and it's the same thing every day. It's a different set of people you're talking to, a different set of policies you're working on. And so it keeps me on my toes. And while sometimes that can be frustrating, whenever you get the sale or solve the problem or whatever, it's very gratifying.
It is.
And on top of that, like you said, you enjoy helping people. I think if I was in a profession where I didn't feel like I was really helping people and making some sort of a positive impact in their life, then I wouldn't like my job. And that part is nice. I enjoy the conversations I have with people because everybody's different. Everybody's got their own story, and you could be talking about like water backup coverage, and you get into this story with these people. You find out things about them you would never know, and I love that part of my job because people fascinate me.
Yeah.
And so
and I can tell that, like, that's outside looking in, like with you can really tell, like, whenever someone starts to open up to Jannie, she's like, she is, okay, here we go.
Next level.
We're putting insurance down. We're going to talk about this person.
Yeah.
And she's really good with just easily to talk to. Sorry guys, we had some camera issues there, but to go back into it, yeah, I mean, you can really tell when someone is opening up to Jannie, like, she just gets like so excited about it, and she just like puts everything aside and gives somebody her full attention, and it really makes them feel like what they are saying is very, very important when it's realistically probably not. And I know this from personal experience because every time sometimes I say something stupid, Jannie can come in and say, oh, well, yeah, like, and make it sound like she's very intrigued with what I have to say.
How do you know I'm not very intrigued?
You might be, but there are times I know you're human that you cannot be intrigued about everything that is being talked about.
Sometimes I am being sarcastic with you.
Oh, wow. Is that what you do with me?
Sometimes, though, it's genuine because, like I said, we're a family here.
But sarcasm is still is an effort to.
It's an effort to acknowledge you. To
acknowledge it.
Yes.
No matter if it's real or not, sometimes people just want acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I give you.
Kudos.
Acknowledgement. And pro tips for computer. Wait, what is that noise? What we got going on? But genuinely, I do just like talking to people, and so when I get on the phone at first, it feels I'm a little nervous. I'm always a little nervous every time. I can't shake that.
Why?
But once we get rolling, it's like everybody else disappears, and it's like I'm talking to a friend.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that that's for
No,
real.
and that's not normal though. That's not how most people are in a job setting. That is not something you can teach. And I've said this from the day one that we hired you, that your voice is very nice, and that is, I know that this can sound weird, but sometimes people have a nice voice, and that nice voice is attractive, and they are just more likely to get somebody to talk to them and just say, I like this person, right? It's just a thing. I don't think you can maybe you can teach it, but I don't know how. It's just something usually some people have it or don't.
Well,
So,
thank
and
you.
you got it. So,
Thank you.
the one thing today that you just did that she actually closed a household that we were more on. We were giving them way more coverage. We were doing our job because I know Jannie's heard this and Caleb has too, that you don't go to a doctor's office and tell them what you want, right? The doctor tells you what you need, and then you accept it or not. That's how an insurance agency is supposed to be, okay? You do not let somebody tell you that they need these amount of coverages if it is below our standard of coverages.
Yeah.
Okay? So Jannie did a great job today with increasing somebody's coverage by more than 2x of what they had, which is what somebody minimally needs from a base standpoint.
Yeah.
Gave them all of their different options and stuff when it comes to what deductibles and all this other good stuff, but ultimately we were like $500 more a year between the home and the auto, and she's like, I think they might just do the auto, and and I'm like, well, and I said something, whatever, but ultimately I'm like, no, I think this person might get both. And I had told Jannie one time that once you get somebody to close, that's another $500 more a year, right? Yeah. That's a little bit of an insurance swag.
Got a little swaggy today.
Yeah, so she had a little insurance swag because that person closed, and they did not close because of the price, and they closed because Jannie did a great job explaining coverages, breaking down every part of that quote, and then also the presentation.
Thank you.
So, kudos.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So,
Love it.
love it. I think this has been fun.
It has been fun.
Hopefully I calmed down a little bit and got a little bit more serious. I've been on a mood today.
We like Jake's moods around here.
Yeah, they sometimes
Big mood swings.
You never know what to expect.
No,
Yeah.
I can't put a lot of energy into stuff if I'm not if I'm focused on something else.
You
Yeah.
can put a lot of energy and get mad at me.
Me and Caleb can argue. So, okay, so that's good. So here is another thing I wanted to ask you guys.
Okay.
Who is your favorite owner in the office?
You can ask that.
Oh, I can ask it, buddy. Let's hear it.
No, Jannie first. Jannie, because I'm gonna be biased.
First.
That's biased.
Let's hear
you can't do
it
that.
from.
Caleb.
Let's not even say the favorite. I'll let you guys off the hook on that.
Favorite couple?
Who? No, we're not going to go that route. Who is the most? Let's actually
ask us a question. Like,
do
which
this.
owner is most likely to?
I'm not sure. I'm not. You would know better than that. I don't know.
You-
Let's just go ahead and talk about what you guys think of each of the owners and their personalities.
Oh, can we do
Go
this
on.
together? Can
Yes,
we
let's go. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys both talk about this.
Okay.
Because that will be fun to see what you guys see through the yellow colored glasses
Ooh.
of Warren Mounce
So
Agency owners.
here's how I see it.
Okay.
Jake and Dustin are like a yin. Is it yin yang? Yin yang.
Yin yang.
Yin yang.
Yin yang.
Because they balance each other out. Would you agree?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like sometimes you're a lot of like.
Jake's like the hype man of the
he's
office.
the hype man, and you're a
And
lot
Dusty's
of energy.
like the old country boy who brings everyone back down to.
Oh my god. No, I think so. Jake is very much a man of action and like, let's do it and let's move forward. And Dustin is like, let's think about it first
Okay.
and let's discuss it. And so you need both of that because you need somebody who wants to take action. And Dustin takes action too. I'm not saying he doesn't do that, but like, I think that you guys do a good job of balancing each other out. Oh, he's taking notes.
Noted.
Yeah, Jake's like run into action. Dusty's like,
he's like,
let's see how many steps it takes to get there.
Right.
So he's like very analytical.
So, and I think that
like
that is a great balance
It
in
is.
a business ownership situation, because you can talk something to death sometimes and then never take action, or you can act too fast and not think through the steps that need to be taken.
So you're saying that
I'm
I
not
can
saying-
be
No.
a little
no.
reckless. Yes.
Well, you're the one who wants to ride the motorcycle for a month
It's
all over.
Take that as
Right.
a compliment.
No, but okay,
Okay.
so we're
Yeah, that's
on the same
agreeable.
page.
That's- I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go on here.
Okay.
We got about 5 more minutes, so let's
All
roll
right.
with it.
So
You can go ahead.
No,
you can.
no,
Now
I-
you're
I
taking
took the
reins
reins
on
on
that.
that one.
Caleb,
You-
let's hear it from you,
let's
buddy.
hear it from you.
From
Come on.
Michaela and Amanda.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Michaela's like the I don't know how to describe it, like the creative thinker in the office.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't matter what barrier, wall, hedge, it doesn't matter. If this is a barrier blocking it, she's gonna get around it and find the most creative way to go about something.
Okay.
So she's kind of like the marketing person here. So she
Okay.
always finds creative ways to like spread the business, because
Okay.
you can't just sit around and expect people to come to your front door. You have to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she takes a lot of avenues in doing that, and then so does Amanda. Amanda does really well at that. Amanda's also like the homebody of the office, I would say. Like, she kind of just brings everyone together. She's very, you know, like just
She's
make
like
sure.
the nurturer.
Yeah, exactly.
of the
like just making
office.
sure everyone's very happy, calm.
Yeah, she has a calm presence
Everyone's-
about her.
Everyone's basically doing their task and their role, and she's always by your side to make sure you're happy going along.
And
Okay.
Michaela also is like, when she's editing the podcast, she'll be at her desk with her earbuds in and very focused in on that. And it's like she's in her own world. And then like fast forward 30 minutes and she'll turn around and she's a goofball too. So I love those sides of her where she's like super serious, but then she knows how to
Have some fun.
just have some fun. And
Everyone's
sometimes
like that.
Yeah.
Everyone
that is
has their
true.
own role in the office, and that's why it works so well, is that we're all just... That's why it's easy to communicate with each other, because no one really puts up barriers or blocks. There's no
Yeah.
upper level management that I have to go to
question.
go 20 steps.
How about you? What about us? Like,
Who's your favorite?
Yeah, who's your favorite, Jake?
I'm gonna take a step back, and I will
You
answer
won't
your
touch that
question.
question.
I will answer that question. I want to ask. So you asked about me and Dusty, and then we just did Michaela and Amanda. I'm gonna do 2 more.
Okay.
What is it like working with Jake and Michaela, and then Dustin and Amanda? Right? Because you really have. I know you have, and it's very complicated. It's actually very complicated to me sometimes. You know, with all these bosses like interviewing you, like I'm like, well, do we have 1 person? Do we have 4 people? Do we have 2? Like 3? Like what does that look like?
I look at it as
Right?
2. I think
So-
each couple is like...
I know, so that, but everybody
Each
still
couple has
has
a
their niche. Like
personality.
Yeah.
all 4 of us, we're all totally different, and we all have our niche. So
Yeah.
with that,
Gosh.
when it comes to me and Michaela and Dustin and Amanda, what does that relationship look like from you guys' perspective, from your guys' glasses?
I think the same way you and Dusty work.
yeah.
I would say that. I think you and Michaela are a little reckless, a little bit of the hype man.
Okay.
And I think that all comes from also your personal life. Like, obviously, like, Dusty and Amanda have 2 kids. You guys are kind of like still party animals.
Party animals.
Okay.
So I think they bring back like the analytical process. Dusty and Amanda, like, they're both very analytical and thinking. Like, they need 20 steps to look at before, taking action, where you guys will just jump right in.
Okay.
And then you guys are both very creative in how you guys do things. So,
I've never been called creative in my life, so
well, you make some policies work that shouldn't.
What?
I'm just
no,
joking.
No,
I mean, like,
that's not true.
he gets them approved.
I don't like hearing no.
Yeah.
He's
So
not
he gets
afraid
his
to get
way.
on the phone with an underwriter, is what
I will
he
call
means.
an underwriter, and I will work and work and work
Yes.
especially if I think I'm right. And then I'll talk to their underwriter or their
Yeah.
supervisor.
And I would
then
say
their
9
supervisor.
times out of 10,
Usually I win.
he does, and that's why. Like, there are times when I'm like, it's not gonna get this.
Jannie
approved.
has
And
given me that look, like,
It's like,
okay,
okay.
Jake.
Nice try. And
And then
then
guess what do? Ooh,
Yeah.
I got it done.
he always makes sure we know when he gets it approved. So,
But I
no, and
want you
would-
guys to do that too. Like I do.
Yeah.
Like I wanted you to like come out. Like Caleb will come out of the office and you'll hear him sing
know
or
what?
something in here, and then he'll come out and say, "Guess what I just did?" Like I want that from you too.
I need to choreograph a victory dance.
Yes,
I think.
you need, because I know you can dance. One time
I can't.
we were in another state and you were just bouncing around like a rabbit.
It's
You know,
true.
literally
That
like
is
Tigger.
true.
Doing, doing, doing.
I like to dance. So I do. I need to work on that. Maybe this weekend.
Okay.
I'll start
You need
working
to.
on my moves.
You need to have a swag dance or something.
Swag dance.
Yeah,
I
some
like
insurance
that.
swag.
Insurance swag dance.
Hotline bling. Your little hotline bling.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now you.
Okay.
You have to talk about us.
So you
what
two.
are we? How are we?
So you guys are totally different as well.
Yeah.
Jannie is a very, she has to know everything.
I do.
Before she can just really just take what I say or take what somebody else says and run with it. She has
I'm
to
a
understand
skeptic.
it. She's very skeptical some of
Yeah.
the times I say something. And I can see in her face, she does a really shitty job of trying not to show it, but actually showing it.
That's true.
And I love it. That is what makes somebody really good, is not just listening to some person, right? Is saying, okay, yeah, that might be right, but I'm not going to trust you until I figure it out myself.
I'm going to investigate.
Yeah. So I love that. Caleb is oh man, Caleb and I is just different. When me and him, he can piss me off so bad, and I can make him mad too.
That's true.
And
I've seen it.
But Caleb is so smart, and he actually thinks very similar to me.
Yeah.
But he has all the back data to back it all up.
Yeah.
With things. But sometimes he comes out. What just annoys me with Caleb is he'll come out and he'll say, "What's wrong? What's wrong with everybody? I'm sorry." Or I'll say something and he'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry." And it's like, dude, there's nothing to be sorry about. So Caleb is getting to the point where he is getting his own confidence, and he can actually disagree with me and tell me and put me in my spot and not feel like he is sorry.
Because you actually respect that. I'm learning that about you.
If someone puts me in my place, I am like,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
All right.
Like when I debate, when I think I'm right, I want somebody to give it back to me, even if they don't. Even if I am 100% wrong, if you give it back to me, you will earn respect. Because most of the time, if I'm arguing with you, I do think I'm right.
Yeah.
Which is a good mentality to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, why are you arguing if you don't believe in it?
correct.
Right?
And if someone just bows down and says, "Yeah," and then no, that you might have been right in that scenario, but that doesn't gain any respect on my end. Like I want them to tell me, like, no, this is how it's done. And Caleb is, and again, I don't want that could have sounded bad how I just said that. It's not a bad way, but the way you are getting is great. So I like that. I like your guys' different personalities, and I also just like that you guys get along and you guys like working with each other.
We do, really.
You guys have a good time. Like you guys kind of crack me up sometimes, like with multiple stuff we're not going to talk about on this podcast. But
we just joke around, and it's been a pretty easy back and forth.
It's very like
since week one,
organic and just
Literally.
natural, and I like it because that's not normal. Like that's not because a lot of time, like I've been in, I'm sure we all have, like we've been in places.
the camera shut off.
We've been in places where, not all employees are all like they all get along with each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm very happy with that, and I hope you guys, blessed to have you guys on the team.
Yeah,
so
we're
We
happy
appreciate
to be here.
it.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up, guys. This is episode of 17 with yellow colored glasses with Caleb Shepard and Jannie Williamson.
Woo!
Okay, cut. Thanks, guys. On to the next.